Okay, so why were there even pigs on the island?
Alright, so pigs. Believe it or not, we used to have pigs out on Santa Cruz Island, and that was a product of the ranching area. If you go back far enough, back to the early 1900s, through just a few decades ago, around 1980s when the national park was established for Santa Cruz Island, there were still pigs running around the island, and they ranched a lot of different animals, sheep included, pigs, and as you might know about pigs is they can reproduce rather quickly. Once they escape over a few generations, they essentially become wild boar. They're running around the islands, rooting up all these native plants, kind of just running rampant. And what likes small little mammals? What predator is golden eagles. So these golden eagles, they can actually fly great distances, and they actually made their way out to Santa Cruz Island. And over time, they essentially kicked out the bald eagles, and we'll touch on why that is in a bit. But these bald eagles, essentially, they were competing for nest space with these golden eagles, and the golden eagles won that battle. The bald eagle population was very, very low. They were rather weak, and so these golden eagles moved in. They started populating Santa Cruz Island, and I'm sure many of the other Channel Islands as well. And what do they like to eat? Small mammals. What do they have a lot of out there? Small little piglets, really, really tasty meals. So the golden eagle population grew, and these piglets, yeah, they were being picked off, but their population held steady. And what is about the same size of a piglet? Any guesses?
Is it the island fox?
Island fox, exactly. About the same size, and as a byproduct of these piglets being picked off, the fox population was as well. And the fox population got down to, I believe, about 100 or so on Santa Cruz Island at the lowest point. And remember, Santa Cruz Island is the largest of the Channel Islands. So for a population that low on the largest island, 96 square miles, that's pretty darn low. So these golden eagles, they were picking off piglets. The reason why these bald eagles, they couldn't really compete for this nest space is because of DDT. It's a pesticide that was used around the mid-1900s through 1950s, 60s, and it actually got banned in 1969, around 1970, around that time. That was a big push from the environmental movement. That was around the Santa Barbara oil spill as well. And this chemical got banned, and the reason why it got banned is they found it was a runoff from various farms and agriculture, here in southern and central California. And as it accumulates out in the ocean, through bioaccumulation, it gets into fish, it goes up the food chain, and accumulates in these predators, these top-level predators, such as the bald eagles, such as pelicans, osprey, any type of animal that eats lots of smaller animals, it gets in their body, similar to mercury in fish and mercury in humans. So that's the same process. And what this DDT does is it actually thins the eggshells of these birds. So the pelicans were highly impacted, the brown pelicans on Anacapa Island. The bald eagles were highly impacted as well. And essentially when they tried to warm up their eggs, they squished them. The eggs couldn't withstand this pressure, and they couldn't reproduce. The brown pelican population was very, very, very low. There's records of how few eggs hatched around 1970, 1971, 72, and this was cause for the banning of DDT. And since then, the brown pelican population has recovered greatly, which is awesome. They're doing really well. A lot of them do nest on Anacapa Island, and so that's a positive outcome from that with the brown capped pelicans. But still, there were no bald eagles on Santa Cruz Island. The golden eagles, they still had their food source. There was no reason why the golden eagle population was going to go away anytime soon. So we had to actually start a capture and relocation process with these golden eagles, kind of to start that chain, to at least open up that nest space. So all these golden eagles were rounded up, relocated back to the mainland, and with the intention that they wouldn't come back out to the island. To assist with that process, they also eliminated all of the pigs. I believe the last pigs on the island were eliminated, hunted actually, back in 2007. So if you talk to anyone who camped back before 2007, you might hear stories of them wrestling their food away from pigs, and just right at the campsite. So just a few years ago, they were on the island, hunted out, and then they also had to start a breeding program with the bald eagles. So they actually installed some nest cameras. You can go on the National Park website and check those out, and look at the baby bald eagles being born and hatched, and them kind of growing and growing and growing, their interactions with their parents. And I'm not too sure of the total number of bald eagles we have, but I know we have at least a dozen different eagles flying around the island, various mating pairs of that have their own territories, their own hunting grounds. Sometimes they do conflict and clash with the osprey, sometimes with the pelican falcons as well. But all of these factors combined with the removal of the pigs, relocation of the golden eagles, reintroduction of the bald eagles, their population has been doing really well. And ultimately, the island fox has benefited as well. They don't have an aerial predator anymore. They're back to being the top dog, and they have been taken off the endangered species list as of 2016. So overall, a really happy story.